Every morning, Margaret used to be the first person awake in the house. Coffee brewing, curtains open, breakfast on the table before anyone else had even found their slippers. But lately, mornings had changed. Before she even stood up, she would sit on the edge of the bed for a few seconds, wondering what kind of day her back and leg were going to give her. But lately, mornings had changed. Before she even stood up, she would sit on the edge of the bed for a few seconds, wondering what kind of day her back and leg were going to give her. Her daughter noticed first. Margaret stopped offering to walk to the little grocery store around the corner, even though she used to insist the walk was good for clearing the mind. Then she stopped tending the flowers by the front steps. The watering can remained exactly where she had left it, while the garden slowly began to lose the attention it once received every morning. Her grandson noticed too. One Saturday, he appeared at the door holding a football and asked the question children ask without realizing how much weight it can carry. "Grandma, are you coming outside?" Margaret smiled and told him, "Maybe later." But they both knew that lately, maybe later, usually meant no. After he ran outside, she remained in her chair and listened to his laughter through the open window. For the first time, the problem did not feel like something happening only to her body. It was beginning to decide where she went, what she did, and which moments she participated in. And Margaret hated that more than anything. The next morning, she stood in the kitchen and looked at the calendar on the wall. There were birthdays, family visits, and little notes about things she had promised herself she would do. She did not suddenly decide she was going to become an athlete. She simply decided she did not want fear of movement making every decision for her. So she started small. Before breakfast, she cleared a little space beside her chair and tried a few slow, controlled movements. Nothing dramatic happened that first morning. There was no miracle transformation, no triumphant music, and certainly no sudden sprint around the neighborhood. But something did change. Margaret finished what she had planned, stood up carefully, and thought, "I can do this again tomorrow." And tomorrow became the next day. A few minutes in the morning, slow movements, no competition, and no pressure to prove anything to anyone. Some days were easier than others. On difficult mornings, she did less, and she began to understand that consistency did not mean ignoring what her body was telling her. Weeks later, her daughter arrived and found Margaret outside with the watering can. She did not say anything at first because she knew making a big celebration out of it would embarrass her. Margaret noticed her anyway and laughed. "Don't look so surprised," she said, before turning back toward the flowers. Then came Saturday. The front door opened, a football appeared, and her grandson asked the same question again. "Grandma, are you coming outside?" This time, Margaret reached for her shoes. "Give me a minute." She did not run across the lawn or try to keep up with him. She simply walked outside, found a comfortable place to stand, and became part of the afternoon again. And sometimes, that is what progress looks like. Not becoming the person you were 20 years ago, but finding ways to participate in the life you have today. Margaret's story represents something many older adults understand. When sciatica, back discomfort, stiffness, or everyday aches make movement intimidating, knowing where to begin can feel like the hardest part. And that is where Sciatica Exercises for Seniors by Julia Warman enters the story. It offers a step-by-step approach for seniors looking for simple, approachable guidance around movement, sciatica, back discomfort, and everyday pain. The idea is not to turn someone like Margaret into a fitness fanatic. It is to provide a structured starting point for someone who may simply be wondering, what can I do, and where do I begin? The book is aimed at seniors who prefer gentle, step-by-step guidance rather than complicated workout routines. It can be something to return to at home and work through gradually according to individual comfort and ability. Of course, persistent, severe, unexplained, or worsening pain should be discussed with a qualified healthcare professional, and anyone with medical concerns should ask what types of exercise are appropriate for them. A book can provide guidance, but it should never replace individualized medical care. But if you have been looking for a simple resource to help make gentle movement feel less confusing, Sciatica Exercises for Seniors by Julia Warman may be worth exploring. Because sometimes the goal is not running a mile or touching your toes. Sometimes the goal is being able to say yes the next time someone you love asks, "Are you coming with us?" Sciatica Exercises for Seniors by Julia Warman is available on Amazon. Search for the title, take a look inside, and see whether it could become part of your own journey toward moving with greater confidence.